Yes, your boy all day, DL47 AM pop off. Popping off as much rugby league information as possible at the end of the all-time shocker series, the final episode, episode 14. Some of the worst games I've ever seen in the history of Australian Rugby League. This, in my opinion, a recent one, the third worst game of all time, in my opinion. 2024 round 26 game, where we saw the inconceivably ridiculous scoreline of Parramatta 44, St George Illawarra 40, the highest ever score by a losing team from the Dragons' point of view, and the highest score conceded by a winning team from Parramatta's point of view. Absolutely disgraceful. So, you don't miss any Central Rugby League information watching this video all the way through to the end, and it will be a long one because there's lots and lots to talk about, lots to piss and moan about, to bitch about. So, I said already in this all-time shocker series, I said the worst game we'd ever seen was the 2005 round 18 game, when Penrith beat Manly 16-12 at Penrith Stadium on Saturday night. Second worst, so the Penrith Manly game was the gold medal. The silver medal was the 2010 round 15 game when Newcastle beat Parramatta 6-4 at Newcastle Stadium on Monday night. So this one here, the bronze medal. Parramatta 44, St George Illawarra 40 at Combank Stadium, 2024 round 26. So, this sums up both team seasons perfectly. So it was the second last regular season round. This is exactly why Parramatta finished third last in 2024, why they only just avoided the spoon, why they even found themselves in a wooden spoon battle with West Tigers the following week in round 27 to begin with, why they even got that close to the spoon to begin with, and also why Dragons should have made the top 8 but didn't. What both team seasons was summed up in this horrible game here. So, Parramatta with it all to play for, not needing to win to have a chance of avoiding the wooden spoon, needing to win this and beat West Tigers the next week in round 27, and St George Illawarra needing to win to keep their minimal top 8 chances alive. So both teams with it all to play for. The Parramatta coming out all guns blazing, leading 44-12 with only 10 minutes left. So they led by 32 points and somehow nearly lost. It's just absolutely ridiculous how they can lead 44-12 and then concede no less than 5 late tries. They conceded 5 tries in the last 10 minutes and it ended up 44-40. If they'd conceded one more try and lost 46-44, it would have been the worst collapse ever in the history of Australian Rugby League. It was about this far away from being the worst collapse ever. No team has ever led a game by 32 points and lost ever. The biggest margin the team ever led by and lost was 26 points twice, which I've done videos for, so you can find those on this channel as well. The 1998 round 12 game at Penrith Stadium on Saturday night, Penrith had led Cowboys 26-0 before Cowboys stormed back to win 36-28. And the 2023 round 8 game at Suncorp Stadium on Sunday afternoon, Titans had led Dolphins 26-0 before Dolphins came back to win 28-26. So that was 2 26-point comebacks, or 26-point collapses, I should say. They were the biggest ever in the history of Australian Rugby League. No team has ever led a game by 32 points and lost, in Parramatta were this far away from such an unwanted honour. So the fact that they can lead 44-12 and then just shut up shop like that, that's why they found themselves in a wooden spoon battle to begin with. They did at least win this game and then beat West Tigers comfortably 60-26 in the wooden spoon battle. So they did at least do enough to avoid the wooden spoon fair and square eventually. But it's why they got so close to it in the first place. And St George Illawarra, like the fact that they can score 40 points, the fact that they played disgracefully, the fact that they played like amateurishly, like park footballers for the first 70 minutes, and then brilliantly for the last 10 minutes in the same game. You know what I mean? Like they play like this standard and also this standard in the same game. It shows how much inconsistency and how much lack of resolve going on at St George Illawarra Dragons in 2024. Because throughout 2024, sometimes they were phenomenal. Sometimes they had some outstanding wins, and sometimes they had some disgraceful losses as well, like this. And it sums up by doing both in the same game. You know what I mean? The highest score ever by a losing team. The fact that they can score 7 brilliant tries and 40 points, but concede 44 at the same time. It's beyond me. Just absolutely bewilders me. Yes, it's atrocious, yeah. Absolutely atrocious display. And don't let the 84 points fool you. Don't let the fact that Parramatta got 9 tries and St George Illawarra 7 tries. Don't let the fact that there were 16 tries fool you, because most of those tries just came from via non-existent defence from both teams. So, to go for the stats, a tricky one, because most of the games in this series didn't have many points in the games because they were such low quality. So 44-40, 84 points sounds like a high quality game, but I can assure you it wasn't. So the 16 tries that were scored, Parramatta's 9 tries, 2 by the fullback Clinton Goverson, 3 by the winger Mike Acevo, 1 by the centre Will Penasini, one by the other winger Jake Tungo, one by the 5'8 Dylan Brown, and one by the second row Sean Lane. The halfback Dejan Arzi with 4 goals from 9 attempts. And for St George Illawarra, there's 7 tries, 2 by the fullback Terrell Sloan, 1 by the winger Zach Lomax, 3 by the centre Matt Feeney, and 1 by the hooker Connor Mulheason. And Zach Lomax getting 6 goals from 6 attempts. So, I just said 7 tries. What happened to the 7th conversion attempt? With time running out, Dragons have just scored to go from trailing 44-36 to trail 44-40. They decided not to take that last conversion attempt because they wanted to hurry up and make Parramatta do one last kick-off, meaning they'd have 1 or 2 or maybe 3 or 4 tackles to score match levelling, maybe a match-winning try, to maybe make it 44 all or 46-44. So they decided not to take the last conversion attempt, thinking they'd have enough time to get one last set of 6 in, one last few tackles in, but eventually the clock beat them. Eventually it was the clock that beat St George Illawarra, not Parramatta on this occasion. So absolutely disgraceful. The fact that Dragons can score 7 tries at 40 points in the one game and still lose, and the fact that Parramatta can lead 44-12 and nearly lose. Absolutely disgraceful in my opinion. This game, 0.5 out of 10, not even 1, 0.5 out of 10, just because it was at least entertaining with 16 tries and 84 points. Thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end in this all-time shocker series. Wanted to squeeze it in just before the end of 2024. And we'll be back. We'll have a break. Always have a break in January, so we'll be back in February 2025, popping off as much rugby league information as possible for as many years as possible. From the beginning of February to the end of November, every year without fail. Boy all day, DL47. Thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end, even though this was a long one, so you didn't miss any imperative rugby league information. And thank you so much for limb splitting, bowel ripping, bone crunching, brain crushing, head splitting, brutal support. Your boy all day, DL47. Toodle of brutal support.